what we think people think the political opinion of that person is. But then when we think about it, you probably won't be able to think of one actual political joke that comic has, right? Like, okay, Matt Rife, would you put him on the right or the left?
I don't know.
Kind of nowhere, right?
I don't know what sexy is. I'm just
Dude, I
kidding.
saw
I
him in
love
person
Matt
at the
Rife. He's
mothership.
gorgeous.
And I went, that's not a real
Dude,
guy.
one time
He looks like a legit A-lister.
He looks like.
And do you know him at all?
I met him for a second at the mothership, and he had the most angular face I've
Dude,
ever
I
seen.
knew him
He's just a
little bit
gorgeous
before.
person. We knew him when he was in shit. And I remember Kate Beckinsale was at the Comedy Store. I'm like, who? She's so pretty in person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck is with her? And then he was like, I don't know, 19 at
7?
the time. Yeah. He was 3. Yeah.
I've never seen a more angular face in my life.
No, he's just a good looking kid who happens to be really talented.
But so here, go back into that list.
But yeah, when you go to that list, yeah, none of those, I mean,
So you could say like, oh, Bill Burr is like on the left, like John Mulaney's on the left, Kevin Hart is on the left, Sebastian's on the right. But like, that's just a feeling. You don't know what their political opinions are. So my point is that like when they label somebody as like a right winger, most of the time it's not even true, dude.
No.
It's
no,
just
because
like-
they list Rogan as a right winger.
Right.
Way off.
But wasn't Rogan like a Bernie bro before
Yeah.
the whole fucking
Yeah.
thing? Like a socialist?
Big time.
Like I bet people would say Nate Bargatze is like a right winger just because he has like a very Southern fan base. I mean, he's like the biggest comic in the world right now, but like people because of his accent would be like, he's on the right. It's like, you don't know that. You don't know what he thinks.
Well, people thought Bill Burr was on the right for the longest time until recently, which
Yeah.
he's obviously on the left, but he's been taking so much. Now that's the. bad
I've never
thing
seen him take L's. I feel like he's taking some L's.
He's taking huge L's.
And I adore Bill Burr. I think he's one of the very best to do it. He stuck up for me when nobody else did. I adore Bill Burr.
You know what I love about stand-up? And if you're an actual stand-up fan,
Dan, why did Chin type in Nate Bargatze ethnicity?
I knew he has
white.
a crazy. No, look.
Chin, white.
Look.
No, he's not.
As it brings up, Nate Bargatze is white, American, and then the rest of it
German,
goes, did
Irish,
you really have to guess this one?
Ooh, do me next.
what was I saying about Bill?
Swiss roots.
It's almost like, yeah, you wish Bill would just stay out of it.
Yeah, it's also, that's the problem, and this is something we've talked about. Like, if you talk enough on podcasts for so many years, you're going to say things, and also, people don't ever give people the chance to change their opinions. They're like, well, you said this 15 years ago.
Right.
Oh, heaven forbid I should be open-minded and can switch my opinion.
Dude,
Oh my
anything
God.
like, dude, if it's like there's no AC in the apartment and I'm fucking hot, I'm like, kill them all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right wing. Like, it's all situational.
That's also like they say, like,
Oh shit, it says Greek American. All right, let's go. Points on the board. Yeah,
you know
this
what
guy's a
sucks when you
fucking
search
man.
my name, and this has also been such a nightmare. Gene Simmons' son also
Yeah.
has the same name as me, and
It just is. And I think the other thing is, remember, Fine Kid, for a while it was like heavy guest driven. And then,
I think that's a big thing too.
but that's just the change in the podcast dynamic for everyone. I mean, Rogan's show has always been guest driven. He's never just done solo episodes. So
Yeah.
with Fighter and the Kid, you know, when it was guest driven, it was a different time. We all lived close. We're all in the
Bill Burr.
same building.
How old is Bill Burr?
And you think Bill Burr's gotten sillier.
He's funny.
The woke, you're confusing things, buddy.
On a podcast, he's funny.
And he's by himself, Jen.
Yeah.
He doesn't have guests. He's, again, go to Bill Burr 10 years ago,
All right, dude.
you know? But what I was saying is, with Fighting the Kid, we were guest driven, we all lived close. And also everyone and their mom didn't have their own platform, their own podcast.
Brendan Schaub trashing Bill Burr for being woke now. So he does the podcast now with Brian Callen's openers. These guys will be replacing Brian Callen eventually. I mean, Fake Landau is already on the show. Probably this guy next. I don't know. But Bappa is not a fan of Bill Burr anymore, even though he claims Bill Burr helped him. And I wouldn't agree with Schaub that, you know, Bill Burr is insufferable now. However, I don't know what fake Landau is talking about. Nobody ever thought Bill Burr was right wing. I mean, that was you would get into battles with Cumia on O&A. No one ever thought that. But I mean, Schaub saying, "Oh, the Burr's definitely catching L's now." I guess he's referring to the whole, Riyadh Comedy Festival thing. But I think just in general, Bappa doesn't like the road that Bill Burr went down. And I know a lot of people have a problem with the road Bill Burr went down. I mean, Bill went off on the billionaires, dude, and freaking Elon Musk and everything. And then he did the Saudi Arabia thing. And then nobody really cared about that much. And that was sort of Bill Burr's thing of none of you really care. However, when he tried justifying it, that's when the majority of the backlash came. Because he made it sound like he went over there and was performing for the poor people of Saudi Arabia and had nothing to do with money in any way, shape, or form. And he was a complete hypocrite and lost a ton of support. I mean, Bill Burr's podcast at this point is pretty much dead, which is why Bappa now feels comfortable trashing him. That's why Schaub now feels comfortable trashing Bill Burr. Let me assure you, if Bill Burr's podcast wasn't dead, Schaub wouldn't have gone after him with the trashing. And that other clip is from when he went off on Callan and got into the argument with Chin. And Chin was trying to bring up examples of people who got funnier as they got older on podcasts. And he brought up Bill Burr. Schaub said, what, the woke Bill Burr? The woke one? But here's the thing. When was Bill Burr not left wing? I don't understand that. And Bill Burr has been that way for a while now. I mean, just ask Cumia, who, Bill Burr had Club Soda Kenny kick out of the Comedy Cellar, which I still laugh about till this day, for the irony of not only Bill Burr kicking out Anthony Cumia, but having Club Soda Kenny do it, who used to work for the O&A show. But, I mean, Bappa, I think he thinks that's a bridge he can burn with Bill Burr. And let's keep it real, Bill Burr might have been nice to Schaub, but he wasn't doing anything for his career. And Schaub thinks he went woke and just decided to trash him. So, I kind of... Bill Burr has been catching L's lately, and you could say that he is woke. A lot of people think Bill Burr's wife has something to do with it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.